I guarantee in like 2, 3 seasons there's gonna be Datto. I needed that.
Hey,
Have you
you know
gotten that
what?
from previous vault cleanings? Have people actually like followed up and been like, that gun? I need that.
Yeah, not once. What is your vault looking like right now? How much are you trying to get rid of on a scale of 1 to 10? If 1 is like literally you shouldn't even be looking at it, and 10 is like Gaul is back and he just blew up the tower.
So I got 12 pages. I think it's like 480 items, 6 pages of weapons, 6 pages of armor, and I want you to scorched earth this bad boy.
Scorched Earth.
I need legendary shards. I am poor.
I don't know if you know this, but they do be. You literally have 58 legendary shards.
And I have 86,000 glimmer. And I've burned all of my little matter weaves and all that kind of stuff.
What are you spending your legendary shards on?
So I've been focusing like a madman.
Okay.
Everything, every engram all the time. I've been trying to get a good Braytech with the Envious Assassin and Bipod, and that has eaten all of my bank account.
Okay.
So
Wow. That has to be the lowest amount of legendary shards I've seen on someone who actively plays the game.
So you remember back in the day when there was the you could go to the trophy hall and you could spend a lot of like dust or shards or glimmer or whatever on unlocking things early, and then there was like you could buy enhancement cores or prisms or something for like increasing costs at Spider.
Yeah.
When I hit 30,000 legendary shards, I started getting anxious. Like I would log in and see that number and I'd be like, this is too much. So I would just sit there and like blast it away to be like, I don't want this money in my bank. Get rid of it, get rid of it. And then come like, I think it was during the last release, I finally looked back and was like, I really could have used those shards right now for like infusion or buying something.
So if someone gave you like $1 million right now, you'd be like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in real life, charity.
Yeah.
Like, I'd give it all
okay.
away. Maybe buy my friend some Taco Bell. A lot of Taco Bell, but...
There you go. You could buy a Taco Bell, probably.
True. Maybe a McDonald's.
Scorched Earth. Wow. Okay. I don't think I've ever had this kind of freedom before. Just tab through all your pages. I just want to see what we got going. Wow, that's a lot of messengers. Okay. Do you have every single crafted gun?
I don't have all of the root weapons. That was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a little break.
No, I mean like physically crafted though, because like I have all the patterns. I didn't physically craft every
Yeah,
single
so
gun.
I have the majority of them in my vault waiting for, hey, what if this becomes the thing?
Okay.
And then with the whole like you can sync Glimmer and all that into ranking them up, I have most of them at 20 now, even if I haven't like applied the perks or anything.
You have so much legend or exotic armor.
Yeah,
That's
this is
actually
gonna
wild.
be good luck. Like,
Okay.
I'll hover over a bunch, you'll tell me good stats, and then I'll shard whatever. I have a couple
Okay.
ghosts. These are staying. These are all just like little memories and mementos.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. How many? Do you have like any sunset weapons that you like hanging on to? Because I didn't see too many.
No, so the last time I teased and was like, Datto, help me with my vault, I went in and was like, I'm just going to do this by myself. And I dismantled pretty much like, I think I got down to 200 items in the vault, maybe even 150.
And how
I
long
said-
ago was that?
A year. It was before the last expansion.
Okay.
But yeah, like I have some of the reissued weapons, like Tranquility, but nothing old.
Wow. Okay, this is definitely a unique situation here. I definitely have not been in this one before. I'm noticing that you do like to masterwork quite a lot of guns. So, if you don't have something masterworked, I'm gonna be looking at it very intensely. All right, enough with this vault cleaning. Why don't you go clean out that fridge and get some Factor meals in there, because this video is brought to you by Factor. The holidays are coming and Factor is here to help. Who wants to spend time preparing food when you could be doing, I don't know, literally anything else? The last thing I want to do is think about boring stuff like converting food into nutrients so that my body can stay alive. I have gifts to wrap and in-laws to disappoint. There's no time to make food, or maybe you want to get a little bit fancier for the holidays. Check out the Gourmet Plus option so you can treat yourself like a king, a queen, or an in-between, like you should be this time of year. Well, you should all the time of year, but mainly this time. So if you'd like to save a little holiday time this season or just treat yourself, head on over to the link in the description and use code Datto50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box. That's the link in the description with code Datto50 to save 50% off of your first Factor box. Thanks very much to Factor for sponsoring this video. For example, fourth row, in the middle, Tears of Contrition, Season 17.
Period.
And are you in love with Tears of Contrition?
It looks cool.
It does look cool, but we have the pattern, and we can make it later.
That's the thing that sells me on these weapons is primarily the look. So, like,
Yeah.
during Halloween, oh, I want to be spooky and pointy. I'll pull out this, but I haven't, so that was a lie.
Yeah. Well, as my boy Dre just said in chat, it also looks like 4 shards to me. Is this a weapon that you're in love with?
No.
Then I think you know what needs to be done. 1 down.
4 whole
300 to
shards.
go.
Oh, man. It's like a fifth of a focus right there.
So the Deepstone weapons, I'm not going to touch those. Deepstone weapons are very good. Fell Terradiddle, I think is what it's called. Terradiddle.
Yeah. Oh.
Why are your weapon perks not showing up
It's
at all?
probably like a memory thing. They're looking into it.
We in love with this thing?
No,
Can this thing
this
go?
has like, it's the memory of going through Wellspring 1,000 times trying to get this to finish the title, I think. It was like the last thing that I needed to unlock, and it took me a while.
So we're keeping this for sentimental value, even though we can literally just make it again if we want to.
Yeah, and I can honestly destroy it so that I don't have the reminder of the time spent.
See, that is something I've noticed in a few vault cleanings that I've done, is people are like, it took me so long to get this. I literally only have bad memories of farming blah, 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 so that I can get this thing. So it's a reminder of when I did that thing. And I'm like, why do you want to hold on to reminders of things that you did not enjoy?
Yep. Goodbye. I will miss you.
Man, it's so tough because like a lot of crafted weapons can obviously be super, super good. But a lot of it just comes down to how often you're using things. Can you just hold E for me? Or like whatever the equivalent is on what you're doing? Okay. Finding those 1600s. Okay, so I'm seeing a few 1600s. Seeing a few, which means you haven't touched them pretty much all year. I'm taking you as a guy who probably does some infusing if you're using a thing.
Yep.
So anything that's 1600, you're going to have to really convince me to keep it around if you want to keep it around.
I can't convince you on Blood Feud because there's the new Crucible SMG.
Okay. I just got one of those. It's pretty good.
It's spicy, and then there are so many different rolls you can get. Like, I wanted the Swash Grave on this to see how it went, and then I just never even used it.
Even though you have 1,000 kills on it.
Yeah, it was like during that season I used it in the activities, like going as a space pirate. I wanted to be the space pirate, and it was all right.
For sure.
Like, I don't know, that's like 5-6 activities if you're slaying out. Well, maybe more, but it's cool. It has blades all over it.
But see, here's the thing is like, we can't use that as an excuse anymore because you can just make it again. Like, what was it? Season 8. I had so many problems trying to get people to delete the Season 8 weapons because people were like, but they look cool. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't mean anything else to you. And you can just take a screenshot and look at it later. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking shards.
If I want to remake this, I might not have the Glimmer in 2 months.
Well, it sounds like you need to hit some public events.
That's a future me problem. I'll look back and be like, Datto, I'm in a public event right now because of you.
I mean, number one, I don't think I would recommend everyone craft every single crafted gun just because you can. Like, I have all the patterns. I have every single one. But I think I only have, like, maybe less than half actually crafted because I'm very particular about, like, what I like to use. And I also don't like to waste materials, even though I am flush with materials. I think if you are a bit more selective with the things that you craft, you won't run into those problems.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the same
Let's move
time,
on.
then I can look at my vault and say, Datto, look, I've crafted every single weapon. Look
But
at all
see,
these
you could
little
just
red boxes.
You could just show me that you have all the patterns, and I would be equally as impressed.
True.
And then you could save all your money, and then you buy Taco Bell or whatever you want.
So there is the other piece, though, of I'm a weekly Trials player, and if I'm lucky, I get the memento. And then I immediately spend the memento because the next week it doesn't stack. So a lot of these do have Trials mementos just for the sake of getting it out of my inventory. So that's just like another knife in my back of goodbye. Goodbye time, goodbye effort.
But like, if you're not really using the gun, you're not even like seeing the fruits of the labor of the Trials memento. Like, I've only gotten like 2 or 3 Trials mementos pretty much ever, but I put them on the weapons that I use the most, so I see them a lot. Whereas you're just putting them on whatever, and you just stick them in the vault, so you don't even get to see it. Although I'm sure you have it on guns that you're using right now.
Yeah, like, peace of mind, this thing carried me to flawless many a season, but I have not taken it out in probably 2 seasons.
Yeah, well, probably longer than that because it's 1600 power.
But this is one of those things where, like, it is on the verge of, like, if they make another rapid fire tune where it comes back into light, like, getting the sniper headshot and then having harmony on this thing just eats people alive. So this is one of those, like, I'm keeping this for sure. Okay. But Forensic Nightmare, on the other hand, like, again, Crucible SMG kind of outshines. So goodbye, memento. I knew you well.
I figure you'll get another one.
Maybe. We'll see.
My chat is narking on you and saying you have 2 Monte Carlos, so we can get rid of that.
Goodbye. I don't even know how. That was probably from like an Amazon or a Prime Rewards week.
All right, some of these messengers gotta go. We have 6 of them. Just rapid fire, just go over them. Let me see. Outlaw Kill Clip.
Rapid Hit Encore. Okay. Outlaw Head Seeker. Under Over Kinetic Tremors. Rapid Hit Desperado. Outlaw Kill Clip.
And another Outlaw Kill Clip. Okay, so one of those can go.
I'm gonna say I'll kill this guy for the sake of stability. I guarantee in like 2 days, Cool Guy's gonna be like, what did you just do? What did you... Why?
I mean, you have one. It's fine.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Jez always tells me is like, I can tell the difference between like 90 handling and like 84 handling. And I'm like, sure, bud. Okay. The average person, I don't think, can tell the difference between these very, very tiny stat changes. Like, if you had 3 more range on a gun, would you really be able to tell in the heat of combat?
No, but it's an easy scapegoat to where I can look at it and say, if I had those 3 stats, I would have won that 1v1 and we would have gone flawless. Damn you,
right,
Bungie!
Exactly. But that is cope, and that is not what we are here for.
True.
I feel like all I've heard about Desperado is that it's literally cringe now. What say you? Also, I think we have a rapid hit encore messenger as well. So we could use this and get rid of the other one.
And you can also, can't you put Desperado on a crafted gun? 4 burst, the disparity?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can.
All right.
And I know you have a crafted disparity in there.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee in like 2-3 seasons, there's going to be Datto. I needed that. Have you gotten that from previous vault cleanings? Have people actually like followed up and been like, that gun? I need that.
Yeah, not once. But no, I did a surprise vault cleaning or a surprise checkup with people last year, and everyone that I asked of like, if there was a gun that you said you were going to do something with that we kept for that reason, did you actually do something with that gun? And everybody said no. So that's why I'm like, you're probably still not going to use it, even if they do something to it.
I was judging a little bit. I watched your last vault cleaning, and I think it was Jez had like 12 hand cannons.
Yeah, Igneous.
And that's where I'm like, yes, I will happily get rid of 8 of the 12. But okay, I'll give you 3 max or 3 minimum, especially for Messenger, because there is some nostalgia from D1 of like first week at Bungie. It was the first week of trials. I was super hyped to like be in the game industry, and then I played like 30 hours over my first weekend of trials and went flawless and got one of these things. So it's like, yeah.
We have 2 crafted round robins.
PvE, PvP. I have only used the PvE one in like a single strike, and that was a week ago because I just made it. So maybe.
And you just went full out. I'm going to use all the alloy, even though they're literally worth their weight in gold, double enhanced, just on a whim.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think you understand.
Literally an oil baron in Destiny. Like, this to me, I would never have even, like, I never would have even come close to enhancing it without trying it. I have guns that I use all the time that still only have 1 enhanced perk.
One of my longtime buds, like I knew him back in the Halo forum days. He works at Bungie and he worked on some of this, and I guarantee when he watches this, he's just gonna be laughing his ass off. He knows.
Like, this to me is like a giga insta delete, because you've used it for 60 kills, a strike, and then it's still 1800, and you infuse stuff up. So I would be deleting this unless you're just in love with it.
I agreed to Scorched Earth.
Let's get it.
Oh boy.
I think we're only down like 10 guns. So I think we're going to make up the most work in the armor. Let's look at the 2 Guardian Games scouts, one on the left, one on the right. Here's the thing about scouts, is that IMO, they are cringe right now because Bungie has literally come out and said, look, scouts, they give you too much safety for us to do a lot to them, to give them like a lot of damage. And I don't think there's really anything in the game that demands someone of your skill level be on a scout rifle. What say you?
This is the hard one where I'm like, it could be the quarter piece of something in the future, maybe, but that's a lot of like fingers crossed and hoping for a different future.
Like, why are we using the zipper when we could be using Quicksilver Storm? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, I just finished the Quicksilver Catalyst like this weekend. I had been putting it off, and
Quicksilver to me is gun of the year.
Yeah,
gun of the year.
Oh boy. So was Outlaw Kill Clip PvP, and then Gut Shot Explosive also PvP. This was like when it first came out, kind of a fun. A bunch of people on YouTube were saying, look at this, oh my god, and then I used it twice.
Yeah, if you're not actively using this, IMO, delete both. Like, Outlaw Kill Clip is very 2018, you know what I mean? Like, we just don't live in that world anymore.
Okay. Okay, goodbye.
Let's get it. I'm seeing Swordbreaker. 2 of them Masterworks. Do we have the pattern for that yet?
No. It is the last one that I'll get next week.
What is on these right now?
Okay. PvP.
Threat Detector opening shot. Okay, PvP roll. Yep.
Slide shot barrel. Could be PvP. I haven't taken it out too much.
21 kills.
Elemental
2 adepts that are double enhanced.
Mm-hmm.
What was the thought process on these? That we were like, you know what? Double enhance. I got oil baron money. Let's get it.
I hadn't done any adept enhancing yet, and I was like, I want to see how this feels. For this one in particular, I've been using it for Festival, for boss melting. The elemental is like but the 1-2 punch is nice.
Yeah, I mean, with the Strand Titan 1-2 punch, shoddy, combo, tractor, like, I use it all the time. Yeah. So, totally get the 1-2 punch.
This one was kind of like, maybe PvP if I want to try to roll a more grenade-focused build.
I think with PvP, with a shotgun, you gotta go all in. Like, it's gotta be, like, both perks have to be all PvP. And, like, Demo is just not a PvP shotgun perk to me.
Yeah.
So this is Cope, IMO.
I'll give you this. I'll get rid of 1 normie and 1 adept.
I will take it.
Okay.
That should be the adept that goes.
Goodbye. Bye, demo. I will miss you. And I think the barrel constrictor, because I don't slide enough. Like, I'm not a slider like the pros.
I can tell when people are like that kind of PvP player is like, are you literally sliding? Like, all of your movement needs to be sliding for you to be using slide shot.
All right, they're gone.
Warden's Law.
This one, I'm looking forward to you telling me what to get rid of, because I do not know what I want.
Okay,
so
here's my thing. Literally all of them. So I have tried Warden's Law on keyboard and mouse. I think it's not that fantastic. If you're doing some sort of Hunter Lucky Pants sitch and you want to use this instead of Malfeasance, which apparently this can deal a little more damage, something along those lines, fine. That's the only situation that I think Warden's Law has a decent amount of use, or if you're a controller player, for PvP specifically. So, like, what do you have? Enlightened Action Frenzy, that's fine. Enlightened Action Kill Clip, it's like, these are fine rolls. Yeah, like Moving Target Zen Moment. This is like that is a controller-looking ass hand cannon right there.
I got a secret for you. I'm a controller player.
Okay.
But this I can give up, because I could just use Crimson in PvP.
Crimson. Okay.
Okay, I'll give up that one.
And there's nothing wrong with being a controller player. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with being a controller player. I'm just saying this is a controller player based weapon. Right. Oh my god, so many crafted! Holy cow, dude. Like, to me, anything that you have not bothered to masterwork should just go. And the fact that we have, is that under your skin bow in the middle? Is that what that's called? I hate myself if I'm correct. I hate myself. We have this masterworked, but we don't have forbearance masterworked?
Yeah.
What? I'm blown away.
How do I put this?
That of all guns, you do not have forbearance with the Giga perks on it.
Do you ever look at something that's so good and go like hipster mode and say, I'm above this? Like, I
literally
have so
all the
much
time
skill in my bones that I don't need this forbearance to be clearing ads easily for me.
Yes. I'm looking at you, Osteo Shriga.
Yeah.
Which did get a nerf.
As you've seen, I don't even have an Osteo in my vault. Like, this vault is everything I own, effectively. So.
Yeah, I'm still just blown away that you don't even have it, like, Giga Masterworked. Yeah, to me, anything here that is not Masterworked and doesn't have a lot of investment put into it, gone. Like, what was that, Father's Sins on the left? Or is that the scout rifle? Oh, no, it's in the middle. Sorry, they all look very pointed inquiry. Like, pointed inquiry, that can go. Father's Sins, that can go. I don't even know the Come to Pass. IMO Sweet Sorrow is better, but I also am a huge fan of like the Stats for All, One for All combo, which is just one of the best perk combos in the game, IMO. I know you're not using this. All those can go, and then like Hollow Denial is like maybe a keep, but then the shotgun next to it, I think that's Without Remorse. Like that can probably go, and then Mida's Reckoning on the bottom left, that can probably go. It's like so many things that just literally get them out of the game, you know what I mean?
Put it inquiry. I think I watched Lep do a solo Nightfall, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll use that scout. I don't do solo Nightfalls. I need to be real
there you
with myself.
go. I was like, if you were going to say, maybe one day I'll solo a Nightfall, and I'm like, really? Because I don't even bother to do that. Lep is a crazy person.
I agree with that. Come to Pass. I wanted this thing to be good because it looks so cool and it was on the box art. It's all right.
And again, we can always recraft these later. That's the best part. This isn't even permanent. You can just get it later.
Father Sins was I'm going to say, True Vanguard special where I watched a couple videos where he was slaying out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as good as him.
I've gotten that feedback before. It was like, but Cammy said this thing was really good. And I'm like, okay, but here's the thing. You are not Cammy. Cammy is Cammy. You are not. So, therefore, maybe we can pare this down a little bit. Yeah, mid is Reckoning.
Yep.
If you're using it a ton, cool. But we got a lot of fusions. You're flush with options. Yeah, this is like the most amount of crafted weapons I've seen in a single vault for someone that I'm doing a vault cleaning with.
Yep.
It has a memento. Whatever. You can get another one. It's fine. All right, what else? I mean, I just think so many more things can go. Anything that's not Masterworks. I like Posterity. Like, are you using Posterity a lot? I know it got better perks.
Yeah.
You're not even using this thing. It's 1600. All right. Let's start looking at some AMA here.
Oh boy. Okay.
So you tab through again. You mainly have exotics. I'm not seeing like a lot of legendary stuff at all.
Yeah.
So
then,
I'm mainly going to be looking at your exotics and just straight up the stats.
okay.
Now, if you have, how often would you say you're making builds? Like, do you have a lot of builds in dim? Are you utilizing all of your build slots in game?
I'm using pretty much all the build slots in game. And
Okay.
I have armor picker up probably once a week to make sure I'm doing like a streamlined build.
Okay. So, because you have so much, I'm literally just going to go based on what I think the best stat roll is, and then you take over from there. Because otherwise, like, we could be here literally for the next 3 days being like, all right, which one of these Fellwinter helms is going to work the best stats distribution-wise with the blah, blah, blue, blue. Like, I don't got time for that. So we're just going to, like, rapid fire be like, what's the best perk roll of the ones that I have? And then whatever it is, I'm getting rid of the rest. And if I want to make a build with the one that I got, that's the one that I got.
All right.
And that's it. So let's start with Precious Scars.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. And then the next one, I'm taking the second one. Intellect kind of cringe right now. Done. Next, we got Dawn Chorus. That ain't bad. And then we got... All right, delete that one.
All right. See, this will be the easy part. Okay.
Yeah. This is where we can go rapid fire. This is where we're going to get a lot. I would look through some of these legendaries, but this is much more dire. The exotics. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, but also, literally, what is that? Sir Tarachnes Fakade. I think I'm going first. Let me see
Yeah.
first again. First has, like, all good stats.
And then no recovery for a second. So.
Yeah. Okay, Foe Tracer. Oh, those two are pretty similar. They're very close. And then what's the last one? 66. None of these stick out to me that much. And I think the only reason I would stick with a third is because it's already Masterworks. Like, you already put in the work. So if you want to take the 1810 and put it into the other one later, just so it's like a free, like, only 1,000 glimmer thing, cool, do that.
All right. Wormhusk. This is one of
Wormhusk.
those things where I refuse to use it in PvP.
Okay.
But
It's an
I've
honor
kept-
thing?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I used to be like you a lot, but then I realized that there is literally no honor in Destiny PvP, and I played yesterday, so I know there is no honor. So don't feel shame anymore. I used to be like that. I don't feel shame anymore because for every super annoying thing that I'm using, someone else is using something 80 times worse. So it's fine. All right, that one I think can go. This one can go. This one has like almost no wasted stats. The other one has a lot of intellect on it, which I am not super interested in, but it's also pretty good for PvP. And that's mainly where you're going to be using it. I think if you want to make a build with it, find which one has the better distribution. Otherwise, just stick with the first. It's already masterworked. I think you're fine.
All right. Let's pull these out.
Celestial Nighthawk. Okay, next one. Next one. Ugh, they're all very whatever. I'd stick with the masterworked one.
Okay.
Okay, no wasted stats. Love that. Okay. All right. Recovery. All right, that one. And the second and the third are very close. I'm inclined to pick the first one because that has all usable stats.
Okay.
And unless you have a very specific build in mind that needs like a lot of recovery or whatever, I think the other two, even though they're more stats, they're not as well distributed.
That is one of my biggest sins when it comes to armor. If I see big stat total, I'm just like, keep.
Yeah.
I don't look
But
at the
big number,
distribution.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. Mask.
None of them are sticking out that much at all. I'll let you make the choice. This is another probably just keep the Masterworked one, because like none of them are really that exciting.
All right, one-eyed.
Holy crap. Okay, next. It's gonna be real tough to beat that one. All right, and the last one. Oh, that one's not too bad either. Are you more of a melee guy? Are you aggressive when you're on Titan?
As of last weekend, yes.
So you are more aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm deleting the middle one for sure.
Okay.
Now, you're probably not busting out one-eyed mask that much. I understand that. But I think make a build if you are going to make one. Decide which one you're going to stick with. And then do that one. I'm leaning towards the second if you're playing very aggressive because you'll have a lot of strength.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, that first one is also really good. Like,
Okay.
both of them are really solid. Find a build for them and then move on.
Okay, so you talked a lot of smack on I Have Another World.
Yeah, it's cringe.
I use this in trials with Void Buddies almost every weekend that I'm on a Warlock. And let me tell you, having those extra stats, that extra regen, it makes a difference because you're sending your little buddy out, they start debuffing the enemy, they freak out, they start shooting at it, and then you push up and just smack them in the face. This is the only one, so I'm keeping it no matter what. But I'm telling you,
whatever you need to tell yourself to get through the day, that's for you.
Also,
but also it's your only one, so I literally can't even do anything.
And also, it has the Dead Orbit skin from all those years ago, so it's not going anywhere.
Literally just buff this a little bit more, Bungie, because it's a great looking helmet, and I hate to see it be literally just marking targets. Let's do the 3 nothing manacles, and then we'll do the renewal grass, and then God, you have 4 Osmiomancy. All right, and then the Osmiomancy, and then we're done. Okay.
63.
All right, next one.
65. Big discipline.
And then
64.
Oh my God.
No
keep
discipline.
keep the discipline one.
Okay.
You have 5 Osmiomancies.
Yeah, and honestly, I had 6. Or I have 6 because one is currently on my Warlock.
All right, renewals. Okay, next. And then, woo! And then, those are good too. And then, those are okay. Well, let me see the Masterwork again. Does that have a stat? Yeah, it has a stat increase in it. Okay, but still, I mean, it's still not even that bad.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good too. I'm between the second and the third, and then like find a build.
Okay.
And see which one, like, mathematically works out in the build more. And then the Osmiomancy. We have 6 Osmiomancy.
The one that's on my Warlock is in a build right now, so that one's safe.
Okay. This one is not safe. Get rid of this. I don't even need to see the rest. Okay. Those are nice. Those are nice. No.
I have no defense for this. It's going.
Okay. Oh my God, it's so bland. There's no spikes at all.
This one I'll give up because it was replaced with the one that's
okay
on.
And then the last one. No, get rid of it. If you already have something in a build, I'm going to push for a deletion even more because you already have the build set up. You're already optimized your stats. You probably did all your fashion. You probably did all your mods. And it's not worth being like, oh, but this one has 17 recovery and not 16. It's like, whatever.
Yeah. I'm just going to get rid of it. You
Good.
didn't see those.
All right. 494. We got rid of almost 100. I am going to give you some homework, though. Like, we have these 4 point contacts down here. Bunch of those got to go. I want to see... Here's what I want to see. Yeah, just finish tabbing through here. I just want to see how many items you could potentially delete from your armor. I want you to delete, for your homework, at least 25 armor pieces and at least 10 more guns.
Okay.
That's your homework.
Has
and then if you
anybody
still
ever
want
called you,
more...
like Professor Datto, giving out these homework assignments?
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a good sport about stuff. Hopefully we got you some extra shards there, some extra space. It's mainly the space, but for you, strangely enough, the shards.
How are we looking? Yeah.
466.
Now I can go
That's
buy
good for,
one
like...
of those infusion meatballs and immediately put it into a gun that you're going to tell me to shard.
Yeah, there you go. Be a little more conservative with what you're crafting and then also bringing up to full enhanced.
See, as a community manager by trade, I don't have a lot of restraint.
I feel
have
like you should
restraint
have
in
extra
comms.
restraint.
But when it comes to gameplay decisions of I'm gonna do whatever I want, that's where I unleash the toxic Dylan. You know.
Okay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a good sport. I'll let you get back to your meetings and all that kind of stuff. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a great time, and I will only curse you 3 times tonight.